Welcome back to another game of on-base baseball. My name is Brian Hafferkamp, and I'm the creator, the designer of On-Base Baseball. This is a sabermetrically driven tabletop baseball game. So if you're into simulations or cards and dice baseball, this is a good one for you. In this game, we're continuing our sort of in-season replay, I guess. I don't know, it's not really a pre-play, but it is a replay. And essentially I'm going through all of the Braves games in 2022. The first game of each series I'm planning to play. So this game is against the Marlins. The series just wrapped up this weekend, and this game was played on the 22nd, which I believe was on Friday, April 22nd. This game number 15 for the Braves. In my replay, I think they're 2-1, 2-2, 1-2. 2-2. I can't remember. They lost to the Dodgers in the last game that that I played. In this game, it's going to feature the two starters, Kyle Wright for the Braves and Trevor Rogers, so the young left-hander for the Marlins, who's had a bit of a rough start, but had a good game pitched in this game. We'll see if that continues. Wright was electric in this game. He had 10 strikeouts or something like that in 6 innings. So pitching very well. We're using the game engine chart for modern baseball, and this is the same chart that we've been using over and over. You can see we have our lineups filled out. I got a little bit of a new rig, new setup, which is nice. Huge thanks to my family who provided that for me. And so we got a little bit of the overhead action. So it's going to be a little bit weird, to play. I'm usually having to play around the rig, and don't have to do that this time. So it might be really good. It might just be a little awkward for a minute. And all right, let's go ahead and get into this. Starting lineups for the Marlins: Jazz Chisholm at second, Garrett Cooper at first, Soler in left, Sanchez playing center field, Aguilar is the DH, Garcia and right, Brian Anderson at third, Rojas at short, and Stallings is the catcher. For the Braves, it's going to be Albies leading off, Olsen at first, Riley at third, Ozuna DHing, hitting fourth, Darno is catching, Arcia in this game in left, so Ozuna DHing, Arcia in left, Felix Heredia in center, so no Duvall in this game, and Dansby Swanson at short, and Demerit, who is getting recent playing time, so he'll be playing in right in place of Rosario. He actually had a good game. He had a couple of hits, I think, had a double and something else in this game. So he played really well. Okay, Marlins at the Braves. We have our on-base dice roller here. Hopefully you can see that well enough, and hopefully the lighting is okay. I know we're getting a little bit of shadow over here, but hopefully everything's okay with the lighting. I have one overhead light and nothing to the right of me, so everything gets a little bit kind of strange. But let's go ahead and go with the first pitch. This is Miami at Atlanta, April 22nd this year, 2022. So first batter up is Jazz Chisholm. Wright is pitching out of this first column here. Rogers will be pitching out of the very last column, so we'll see how that goes for the Marlins, at least for a while, because you get some real trouble over here. And Rogers with the 521 Sierra, so that's going to be, a little bit of a rough go possibly for him. Let's see if he can dance through the rain. So 3-6 is our first roll to Jazz Chisholm. Chisholm is a 4, and a 3-6 to a 4 is going to be a fly out. It's going to be a fly out down the left field line, and Arcia comes over and makes the play. That's going to be a first out of the inning. A 1-5 to the first baseman Cooper. Cooper is a 1, so that's going to be a base knock. So he gets on board with the first single of the day and first hit of the day for the Marlins. There's a 1-2 to a -2. This is Soler. He grounds out to the first baseman, but that's going to move along the runner to second base as we get runner advancement here. So it's a ground out with the runner advance. And that brings up Sanchez, Jesus Sanchez. He is going to be batting out of this column. All of the Marlins will be hitting out of this third column. No one has quite attained to the level of a 10. In fact, Olsen has regressed a little bit. He's no longer hitting out of this second column. Everybody will be hitting out of the third. So this is a 4-4, and this is going to go to Sanchez, the center fielder. And a 4-4 to a 6 is going to be a single. So it's a base knock. Cooper's running speed is a 1. Not going to try that. There's only one opportunity out of 9, so about a 10%, 11% chance for him to make it home. So I'm definitely not going to send him at this point. But 2 down, runners at the corners, and that brings up Aguilar, Jesus Aguilar, the DH in this game. So 4-4 to a -2. That's going to be another single. So back-to-back singles brings in the first run of the game for the Marlins, and they take a 1-0 lead over the Braves. So we have runner makes it to second base. So first and second now. Sanchez at second, Aguilar at first, and it'll be Garcia, the right fielder. 2-4. 2-4 is going to be a strikeout or a double play with 2 outs. Took the strikeout, and Wright gets his first K of the game, but he does give up 1 here in the top half of the first inning, and it's going to be 1-0 Marlins as we head into the bottom of the second inning. So they get 1 run on 3 hits. Leading off for the Braves is going to be Aussie Albies against Trevor Rogers, the young left-hander. There's a 2-4 and a 2-4. I'm gonna have to really look because I don't pitch out of this far column very much. But that's gonna be a strikeout for Albies to lead off the game. So Rogers blows them away. A 3-5 to the first baseman Olsen. 3-5 is going to be a strikeout. So back-to-back Ks for Rogers and the Marlins to start this ball game. Another 3-5 to a 4, same result. So that's going to be 3 strikeouts in a row as Rogers comes in and strikes out the side. So big first inning for Trevor Rogers. We go to the second. It is Miami 1 and Atlanta 0, and it's going to be Anderson, Rojas, and Stallings against Kyle Wright. So there's a 1-3 to a 1. 1-3 to a 1 is going to be a ground out. That'll be to the shortstop, 6-3 on the put out. So Swanson over to Olsen for the out. Remember, if this number is a 6 or 7, it's going to go to the shortstop. If it's an 8 or 9, it goes to the second baseman. And you can find those things here at the bottom of the game engine chart to help you with all the little things along the way, fly outs, ground outs, and strikeouts, and how to sort of score those. 2-6 to a -3. Off of the pitcher card here is going to be a strikeout. So Wright gets his second strikeout of the day. That's out number 2. And a 1-4 to a -3 is going to be a ground, hit by pitch or a walk. So it's going to be a walk. It's only a hit by pitch if it's a 1 on the D9. Otherwise, it's a walk. So it turns the lineup back over to Jazz Chisholm. Jazz Chisholm. And he is a 4 batting runs. That's a 3-5. A 3-5 to a 4 is going to be another strikeout. So second strikeout of the inning for Kyle Wright, his third of the game. And that puts away the Marlins in the top of the second inning. So no runs on no hits and 1 left on for the Marlins. We head to the bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Miami. And it's going to be Ozuna, Travis d'Arnaud, and Orlando Arcia. They'll be facing off against Trevor Rogers. Rogers had an excellent first inning with 303 down, 3 strikeouts. Ozuna is a 3 batting runs. This is going to be a 2-3. And 2-3 to Ozuna will be a ground out with an error check. So it's a ground out to the shortstop. And let's see, there's possibly an error. Who's playing short? It's Rojas. Rojas is a plus. And so no error on the play. If this is a 1, it's an error on anybody. If it's a 2, it's only an error for these players with the minus next to their name. So Aren't too many pluses in the lineup for the Marlins, but they hit it right to one of them. So that's 6-3 on the putout. Goes Rojas, first out of the inning, and that brings up Travis d'Arnaud. I don't think that went, did it? 2-4. 2-4 to a 1. And 2-4 to a 1 is going to be a strikeout. And that's a strikeout looking. 7, 8, or 9 on the D9 rule is going to be a strikeout looking. And for Arcia, Arcia's first time at the plate now. That's going to be a 4-4 to a 1. 4-4 to a 1 is going to be a single. So Arcia laces one to right field. And it brings up Felix Heredia. 4-6 to a 0. And a 4-6 to a 0 is going to be a double play or a strikeout. So we're going to get a K there, and that is strikeout number 125 already for Rogers. So not uncommon. Big strikeout pitcher last year, at least in the first half. But the Braves go down quietly. They get no runs on one hit. They do leave Arcia at first base. So we head to the top of the third inning. Miami is up 1-0 over the Braves. Again, this game was played on April 22nd of this year. There's a 3-5 to Cooper. Cooper is a 1. And a 3-5 to a 1 is going to be a strikeout. So Kyle Wright leads off the inning with a strikeout. That's his 4th strikeout in the first 2 1/3 innings. There's a 2-3 to a -2. 2-3 to a -2 is going to be a ground out with an error check. So that's a ground out to the first baseman, Olson. Olson's able to pick it up. He tosses it over to the first baseman, or the pitcher covering, and they get out number 2. There's a 1-6 to a 6. 1-6 to a 6. That's going to be a fly out. Typically, if there's a runner on base, it's an advance, but when no one on base, it doesn't matter. So it's just fly out to left center. And the left fielder, Arcia, puts it away for out number 3. So that's going to be 3-3 down for Kyle Wright. So both pitchers pitching really well here in the outset of the game. And this is going to get real bad real fast. So let's move this over. Okay, and that's all straightened out. Sorry about that. I've been using a different score sheet for a while. I forgot I only have 6. It's not 6 innings, it's 6 at-bats. So got to stay on top of that and remember that. So we go to the bottom of the third inning, and it's going to be Swanson, Travis Demeritte, and Aussie Albies. May not be familiar with Demeritte, but he is maybe he was an invitee to spring training and made the team. So I think that's his story, if I remember right. There's a 2-5 to a -4. This is Dansby Swanson, and a 2-5 is going to be a fly out with an error check. So it's a fly out straight away to left. And that's going to be an error on the left fielder. Left fielder in this game is Soler, so Soler can't handle the fly ball, and he makes an error. Swanson at first base. Nobody with amazing speed here. The only guy in the game with really great speed is Chisholm, so he hasn't been on base yet. So let's see what Demeritte can do. That's a 2-4. He promptly grounds into a double play, and that's going to be 3-6-3. So Swanson out on the fielder's choice, and Demeritte out number 2. So Aussie Albies steps to the plate, nobody on, and 2 out. That's a 1-3 to Albies, and a 1-3 is going to be a ground out right back to the pitcher. Rogers handles it over to first, and that's 3 outs in the inning. So the Braves go down 1-2-3, get into a double play after the Swanson or the Soler error, and still 1-0 as we head to the top of the 4th inning. The Fish on top of the Braves. There's a 4-6. That's to Aguilar. 4-6 to a -2 is going to be a strikeout, and that's a strikeout looking for Aguilar, and that's out number 1 in the inning. 3-4 here to -2. Garcia playing right field, a 3-4 is going to be a double. So he laces one to the gap, and he'll be at second base with one out, and Brian Anderson to the plate. Anderson grounded out to the shortstop, his last at bat. Here's a 1-5 to Anderson, and he follows up that double with a single. Leave it like that, and the runner's going to head to third base on the advance. Here's a 2-6 to Rojas, the shortstop. 2-6 is going to be a strikeout off of the pitcher card. So we had that one right before. And that's going to be out number 2. So the scorecard's going to get a little ugly here on the second at bat. And a 1-1. That's to the catcher Stallings. And a 1-1 again off the pitcher card. That's going to be a strikeout. That's actually a K looking. An ugly K there, and that's going to be out number 3. So the Braves give up 2 hits in the inning, but they don't give up any runs. A little bend did not break in the 4th inning. And the Fish are still up 1-0 over Atlanta as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Here's Matt Olson, a 5-5 to Olson, who is in this column here. Is a line out or a foul out. That's going to be a line out. Let's see what he lines out to. Line out to the shortstop for out number 1. Riley struck out his last time up. Here's a 3-4. 3-4 to Riley is going to be a double. So he drills one down the line. Left fielder scrambles over to pick it up. And Soler gets it in, but a stand-up double for Riley. Braves have something here. They got a runner at second base, and Ozuna up to the plate against Trevor Rogers. Ozuna's a 3, and a 1-4 is here. So that's going to come off of the pitcher card. I told you there's a couple of gotchas here for him. One is the 1-4. So that's going to be back-to-back doubles. Line to line as Ozuna takes Rogers down the right field line. And that's going to bring in Riley to score on the double. And that's an RBI, and that ties the ball game at 1 apiece. So Ozuna comes through for the Braves. Here's a 6-6 to a 1. 6-6 to a 1 is a long single. So that's going to score another run. This is d'Arnaud as he shoots one to the left center field gap. His speed is not great, so he's not actually going to take another base. But the long single does score the run as he gets it into the gap, and that's going to score Ozuna from second base. So 2-0 or 2-1 now. Atlanta over Miami. There's a 1-1. A 1-1 to Arcia is going to be a ground out. So that's a ground out to the shortstop. Let's just make that more clear. So it's a ground out to the shortstop, and we'll see if they can turn 2 here. So we're going to assume the out at second. So fielder's choice happens. That's out number 2. And let's see if they can get Arcia. Arcia's speed is a 1. And they do not. So he just legs it out. And we're going to go 6-4. 6-4 on the put out. And we have Arcia at first base with 2 outs. Sorry about this all happening. There's a 5-6. A 5-6 to a -4 is going to be a strikeout. So Rogers gets out of a mess. He does give up 2. Yeah, it's going to end the inning there. So he does give up 2 on 3 hits. And the Braves take a 2-1 lead as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Now Rogers is at 18. He's almost to his max. He has, one more inning before he gets to his maximum. It doesn't really matter because he's already pitching out of this last column, so he can't go anywhere except stay in the same column. But it's, do you want to keep taking a chance? He's only given up 2 runs out of this last column, but 22 instead of a double or triple is going to be a home run. And then he starts giving up walks at the 36, which is a pretty common role. But Kyle Wright cruising so far. He's at 18 batters faced, and he can do 21. So this might be his last inning. But for him, you know, he moves from this column to this column. So, you know, you still got another couple of innings probably for Kyle Wright. He'll be facing off against Chisholm, Cooper, and Soler to lead off the 5th inning. Here's a 3-5 to Chisholm, and a 3-5 to a 4 is going to be a strikeout. So another K for Wright, and that'll be out number 1. There's a 1-2 to Cooper. A 1-2 is going to be a ground out, and that's to the first baseman. So it goes 3-1 on the put out. And with 2 outs, Soler steps in. That's a 6-6 to a -2, and that's going to be a long single. Soler is going to hold up at first base. Doesn't have great speed, but he is on with 2 outs, and Sanchez, the center fielder, stands in. Here's a 3-4 to a 6. 3-4 to a 6 is going to be, yeah, that's going to be a double. So he follows up with a double. Not going to send, not going to try to send Soler here with the 1. So he stops at third base. And we got runners at second and third. So a little bit of trouble here with Aguilar standing in. 2-6 to a -2. And Wright induces the ground out to the shortstop, Swanson. Swanson over to Olson is going to be out number 3. And Wright breathes a sigh of relief as he comes off the mound, not having given up any runs. So he's had a lot of traffic here in his first 5 innings, but he does make it through 5. He has the lead, and we're headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. Braves up 2-1 over Miami. Gonna leave Rogers in there for 1 more inning, see if we can squeeze that out of him. There's a 2-6 to a -4. That again is gonna be a ground out right back to the pitcher. Rogers gloves it over to first for out number 1. Now he's facing Demerit. Demerit 0 for 1. He hit into a double play his last at bat. Here's a 2-3. And a 2-3 to a 0 is going to be a ground out to shortstop. Let's check the error. No error on the play. Rojas makes the play, and it's over to first base. And we go back to the top of the lineup with Aussie Albies. There's a 3-3 to Albies. This could be trouble. Albies is a 3, and it is big trouble. So Albies from the right side, ever dangerous, cranks it out, and that makes the score 3-1. So the Braves add on here in the bottom of the 5th inning against Rogers, and Olson up to bat now. There's a 1-4 to Olson, and a 1-4 is going to be a walk. And Mattingly's trying to stick with the young Rogers here and see if he can just get out of the inning, get through another inning. There's a 3-5 to a 4, and a 3-5 is going to be a strikeout. So Trevor Rogers ends his day with the strikeouts, but the Braves do get 1 on the Aussie Albies home run. So it's now 3-1 Braves as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Kyle Wright is officially past his mark. Rogers is officially past his mark, and Rogers will be coming out in the next inning, so we'll just give him 5 innings pitched. We'll find somebody as we flip this inning over. Kyle Wright will now be pitching out of this column here. I usually underline them once when they've met their stamina, and if they go another inning and come out for another one, I'll put another mark under there just so I can know, you know, how many columns down they're going. But Kyle Wright will be pitching out of this 3rd column here. Has a 1-2 against Garcia, and a 1-2 is going to be a ground out to the 3rd baseman. Riley, good glove man over there, grabs it and flings it over to first for out number 1. Here's Anderson, 5-5. Anderson is 1 for 2 on the day. He got a single on his last at bat. There's a 5-5. And that's going to be a line out or a foul out. If it's a 6, it's a line out to the shortstop. So he stings it, but Swanson is there. And that's out number 2. Rojas up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. There's a 2-3. It's going to be a ground out with an error check. And the ground out is to Swanson. Swanson is a plus fielder, excellent fielding shortstop, and so he does make the play. And over to first, where Olsen is standing, and 3 up, 3 down, go a fish in the top of the 6th inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Gonna bring in a new pitcher for Miami, so let me go ahead and get that new pitcher. Okay, the new pitcher for the Marlins is going to be Cody Poteet. Cody Poteet, I like him, Potiki. Cody Poteet, young right-hander, got into a handful of ball games in the 2021 season. He's been in four ball games so far this year. He has a 278 Sierra, and let's see, 199 Fib, so he's pitching even better. His stamina's gonna be 10. He has a 193 ERA in 4.2 innings, so has pitched well for the Marlins, and I'm choosing him because he can provide a little length in the bullpen as we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Rogers, 5 innings, has pitched well. I'll have his full line whenever we're finished with the game. And the other starter for the Braves, Wright, is still in the game, so we're into the bullpen for the Marlins. And let's get a little squiggly line here to let me know a pitcher change happened. And it's going to be Ozuna, Darno, and Orlando Arcia for the Braves. Poteet is pitching out of this first column here, by the way. 56 is going to be a strikeout. And so Poteet comes in and lays it down with his first at-bat. Darno is a 1. There's a 1-3 to a 1, and that's going to be a ground out. A little squibber out in front of the plate that the catcher Stallings jumps on, so 2 quickly down in the inning, and Poteet faces off against Arcia. Arcia was on with, he legged out a ground ball and kept him from turning a double play in the last at bat. Here's a 6-6. A 6-6 to Arcia is going to be a long single. Speed is a 1, so he'll stay at first base. And a hard hit ball from Heredia, but it's lined out. No, fouled out. So that's a foul out. We'll just call it a foul out. And Heredia gets under 1, pops it up into foul ground, and that's going to be 3 up, 3 down. They leave a runner, but no runs scored in the bottom of the 6th inning. So Poteet comes in and pitches effectively for the Marlins. And speaking of effective, Kyle Wright has been very effective in this game, only giving up the 1 run in the first inning. It was an RBI single to Aguilar. Had a little bit of traffic there, but has been cruising for the rest of the game. And he's going to be pitching out of this 3rd inning. We're going to really keep an eye on him. He's facing the bottom of the order, Stallings, and then back to Chisholm at the top. Here's a 1-6. That's going to be a fly out. 1-6 is always a fly out with an advancement. And this is going to be a fly ball to right center field that the right fielder puts away. That's going to be demerit in this game and playing right field. 1 down, and Chaz Chisholm to the play. I'm going to do that all the time, aren't I? Yeah, 2 Ks and a fly out, so not a lot happening with Jazz in this game. There's a 4-5, and a 4-5 to a 4 is going to be a fly out. That's a fly out to dead central. And Heredia puts it away. It's out number 2. And a 3-5 to Cooper, who is a 1. That's going to be a strikeout. So Kyle Wright ends his day with a strikeout swing of Garrett Cooper. Throws that slider to him. Cooper can't catch it. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Marlins in the top half of the 7th. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Kyle Wright has more than done his job. So he's gone 3 columns now. Kyle Wright's more than done his job. 7 innings pitched, and that'll be the end of the line for him, as we don't want to get him into this last column. He's got a 3-1 lead at this point. We're going to leave Poteet in there, see if he can get another inning. He's got 4 batters spaced here. He can go 10, so let's see if he can continue to mow down the Braves. He's pitching out of this first column. He's facing Swanson, Travis Demerit, and Aussie Albies, who homered in his last at bat. A 2-4 to Swanson's going to be a K, so Poteet gets him looking. Out number 1. And here's a 1-4 to Demerit. This could be good things for the Braves. Looks like it's going to be a hit by pitch or a walk, so he takes a walk. So the Braves get 1 on in front of Aussie Albies. Here's a 1-2 to Albies. That's going to be a ground out with a runner advancement. So he grounds out to second base. It's like a little 14 hopper to second base. And the second baseman comes in. That is Chisholm. And he makes the play at first. But Demerit makes it to second on the fielder's choice. So brings up Matty Olson. Olson started out hot in this season. Is starting to cool off just a little bit. Here's a 1-2, and a 1-2 is same thing, ground out. That's over to third base, third to first, and that's the third out of the inning. So the Braves strand 1 runner at second base. Can't pick him up. And we make it to the 8th inning now. We need to find a new pitcher for the Braves, so let me go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, the new pitcher for the Braves is going to be Tyler Matzek. Matzek got into the actual ball game, I think, for our setup here with a 3-1 lead. We're going to go Matzek, Jansen. That's going to be our bullpen plan. Poteet is going to be pulled in this next inning, so we'll see who the Marlins have. They have some good arms. They have some not good arms in the bullpen. It's not lights out for everybody. What do we got? Matzek's going to be facing off against the heart of the order, so Soler, Sanchez, and Aguilar, the DH. Soler 1 for 3 on the day. Sanchez has a couple of hits, and Aguilar has a hit, so they got the fever here. It's going to be a -2 for Soler, and the roll is a 1-3, so a 1-3 to a -2, be a ground out to the second baseman. And Soler goes down. Albies to Olson for out number 1. Next is Sanchez. Sanchez is a 6 batting run, so a 6-6. That's going to be a long single. His batting runs is a 4, so he's going to stay at first base. And brings up Jesus Aguilar. That's the 3rd hit of the day, by the way, for Sanchez. Aguilar, 2-5. A 2-5 to a -2 is, I forgot to tell you, Matzek is pitching out of this column here. So 2-5 to a -2 is a fly out to center field. And we got Heredia there. Heredia is a minus fielder, but it doesn't matter here as he makes the play. Range is over. And out number 2. Runner still at first base, and it's Garcia to the plate. Garcia 1 for 3 with a double. There's a 2-6 to a -2, and misses a strikeout here. 2-6 to a -2 is going to be a ground out to the first baseman. So hit hard, but right at Olson. Olson picks it up, runs it over, tosses it to first, tosses it to the pitcher covering, and that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. So Miami does get 1 hit, but scores no runs against Tyler Matzek, the left-hander, so that's a good outing for him. Going to mark him down as 1 inning. And we need to bring in a new pitcher for the Marlins. New pitcher for the Marlins is going to be Cole Sulser. Cole Sulser. It's been around for a while. And 377 Sierra with 4 is his stamina. Okay, get our dice roller back up here. So let's get another little squiggly line for a pitching change. And we are in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Braves are up 3-1 in this one. The real game was 3-0, and it was a shutout from the Braves. It followed very similar to what we're seeing here. Sulser is coming in after Poteet through 2 innings, so pitched very well for the Marlins in relief. So Sulser is going to be facing the heart of the order, so it's going to be Riley, Ozuna, and Travis d'Arnaud. 1-6 is going to be a fly ball down the right field line, and the right fielder comes over and makes the play. for the first out of the inning. A 2-5 to a 3 is going to be a ground out. Oh, I'm sorry, a fly out. 2-3 is a ground out. 2-5 is a fly out to center field with an error check, and that's going to be an error on the center fielder. The center fielder is Sanchez. So, second error of the game for the Marlins. And we had an error here on the left fielder as well back in the third inning. So runner at first base now. That's Ozuna as he gets on with the error. Travis d'Arnaud in center. In center as a catcher. He's not playing center field. He's a 1 and a 1-1. So our pitcher's pitching out of here. A 1-1 is going to be a strikeout looking. And Sulcer 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. Runner at first base, 2 outs with Orlando Arcia at the plate. A 6-6 to Arcia, who already has 2 hits on the day. There's going to be another hit. This is going to be a long single. And Arcia's speed is not good, so he's going to stay at first. Long single pushes the runner to third base. And now runners at the corners for Felix Heredia. 1-6, that's going to be a fly ball to center field, and this time Sanchez makes the play, and this is going to be the third out of the inning. So the Marlins get out of a tough situation there. Don't give up any runs to the Braves. They're still down 3-1 though as we head to the top of the 9th inning, and it's Kenley Jansen time, so he's going to come in and let me get that all squared away. All right, so the closer Kenley Jansen is going to come in for the Braves. Jansen came over as a free agent this year. 215 Sierra, 127 fifth. His ERA is 5.40, so it's been sort of a tough luck pitcher, a lot of soft contact, a lot of a difficult first start, but 5 innings pitched with 3 saves, I believe. And he's gotten into 5 games. So he's going to be facing off against the bottom of the order. He'll be Anderson, Rojas, and Stallings. I don't think they have anybody that's going to be better coming off the bench, so we'll just stick with these guys. And the Marlins are down 3-1 as they head into the top of the 9th against the Braves closer. Here's a 1-5, a 1-5 to a 1. Jansen is going to be pitching out of this first column here. So a 1-5 to a 1, and Anderson greets him with a single. So the Marlins get 1 on. We got his speed is a 5, so these 2 guys down here at the bottom of the order have pretty good speed. Down 2 runs, I don't really want to run here. I don't want to give up that runner. So a 3-4 to a -3. 3-4 to a -3 is going to be a double. So Jansen not providing any relief. Do we try to score the runner from first? My gut says no. I don't like the Marlins, so I'm going to say yes. And so we're going to try to score that runner from first. It's about a 55% chance of making it because he is a 5, maybe a 60% chance of making it. So 1 out of 9. Whatever that is, was 55%. So we'll see. A 1 to 5, he scores from first, and anything 6 to 9, he's going to be out at the plate, and he is out at the plate. So it's a tries to score from first, can't make it, and that's going to be out number 1 in the inning. So exciting play at the plate as Anderson, they send him home, and he gets gunned down at first base. And now the runner stands at second base, Rojas, and Stallings is up to the plate with 1 down and a runner at second. There's a 6-6 to a -3, and that's a single, and that's going to be a run-scoring single, as that's a long single. And sending the runner backfires. That's why you should listen to your gut on these things, because that would have been 2 runs, would have tied the game. Right now we have a 3-2 ball game. Jansen struggling here to get an out as we have 1 out, runner at second or first base, and 1 run in for the Marlins. Here's a 2-4, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered. So a 2-4 is going to be a double play. Double play is in order with only 1 out. Runner at first base, so he's going to be out here on the fielder's choice. And they go around the horn 5 to 4 to 3, and that is going to end the ball game. As Jansen gets them out of the jam, the Braves are going to win this one 3-2. Jansen comes in and gets the save. Matzik gets the hold. Kyle Wright with the win. And Rogers is going to take the loss in this ball game. Yeah, he went 5 innings, right? Gave up all 3. So he's going to take the loss in this ball game. And Kyle Wright with the win. And let me go through and total everything up, and we'll see how the players did. All right, we're back with the totals, and the Braves are going to win this one 3-2 over the Marlins. And let me see, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11 hits for the Marlins and 2 errors. No errors for the Braves. And 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 7 hits. Okay, so the line for Miami, 2 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors. For the Braves, it's 3 runs on 7 hits and no errors. Player of the game is definitely going to be Kyle Wright. Nobody really stood in and had an amazing game, although Arcia had 3 hits in 4 at-bats, so he was 3 for 4 on the day, but didn't drive anyone in or score any runs, as the bottom of the order just didn't produce very much. Top of the order guys, multiple RBIs here. Aussie Albies with a home run in the 5th inning. And 3 for 4 game for Sanchez. He had a double, a couple singles, and 2 for 4 Brian Anderson and even Stallings in here getting an RBI single there at the end of the game off of Jansen. The winner is Kyle Wright. Matzik with the hold. Jansen comes in for an inning and hangs on for his save. Rogers, really good start, seeing that he was pitching out of the very far left column, the 4th column for the pitchers, which is the worst column, but still managed to go 5 innings, 5 hits. He did give up the 3 runs, but he only walked 1 and struck out 7. In the real game, he went 5 innings, 4 hits, gave up 1 run, 2 walks and 4 Ks, so pretty close to what his real life performance was for Wright in the real game. He went 6 innings, 4 hits, 11 Ks and 1 walk. So pretty close to what he did in the game. So we're going to go with Kyle Wright as the player of the game here. Pitched very well. Wright was I believe a 1st round draft pick several years ago, and it's just starting to come into his own a little bit, get out of his head. This is On Base Baseball using the 2022 roster sheets. Now, if you want to play along with the 2020 season, I've actually been releasing the roster sheets to the Facebook group for On Base Baseball. So if you want to join that group on Facebook, you can. I'll put the link in the description, and you can join with us and play along as well. That's the only place that I'm releasing these 2022 roster sheets as they come out. So if you want to try playing On Base Baseball with other decade roster sheets, I have the soon to be released 1950s, already released 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. So that's every single player who played during that decade you will have access to in one file. And each year it's separated out by season. So you have every player who played in 1970, 71, 72, 73, and each of those years are separate files, so you can print out a year at a time, or you can do multiple years against each other in sort of a decade replay. It's really great for as played replays because every single person who got into a game is a part of the set, and you can get an entire decade for just $20, and that's just $2 a season. So you have 10 seasons in each decade pack. and right now spanning 40 seasons of Major League Baseball. And they have all the stats that we normally are going to use in on-base baseball, including all of the batting runs, the defense, and the speed ratings for every single player, regardless how many innings they pitched, regardless how much they got into a game as a batter. And along with the score sheet here, that's the on-base score sheet, you also receive the game engine chart. And the game engine charts are I've revamped them a little bit for each decade. So I actually went through and changed some of the outcomes. Not necessarily fundamentally the outcomes, but changed where they are in the roles to try to match up the era specific, uh, to create an era specific game engine chart. So that's something new. And at this point, I will release those later for you to just download and use. But at this point, the only way to get them is through the roster sheets. And so you could play modern day players using the 1960s roster sheet and basically bring your home runs down, bring your strikeouts down, and bring some other things up. So it's kind of a cool opportunity to mix and match decades, and sort of play the baseball game that you want to see on TV, but that's not the way they're playing these days. Okay. I think that's all for now. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Just click subscribe, and then if you click the bell icon, then you'll be notified every time that I submit a video or upload a video, and that way you won't have to wonder if there are new videos on the channel. I'm trying to do a couple a week at least, and we'll see how that goes. We're up to almost 60 subscribers, so that's pretty good. This is not a huge audience or a niche, so I think 60 subscribers is pretty good right now. And we have a couple of new things coming out. Yaya Baseball is sort of a Yahtzee style tabletop baseball game using Yahtzee rolls, Yahtzee inspired rolls. It's not exactly Yahtzee rolls. And so that's in the testing phase. We have on-base advanced, so if you want something more advanced than just what you're seeing here, this is a little bit more, not a quick play game, but it's quicker playing, and not quite as deep or statistically deep as on-base advanced. On-base advanced, you actually have a pitch-by-pitch model that you can follow, or you can just allow the pitcher's tendencies to decide the pitch for you. But essentially, there are 6 or 7 rolls that are possible on each at bat, and it sounds a little bit cumbersome at first until you get the hang of it, and then you can play in under an hour. But it gives you a ton of depth using real StatCast data as your actual the values that you play off of. So there's no ratings; it's only data. That's real data from the season. We have 2019, the 2019 All-Stars, we have the 2015 All-Stars, and the 2021 World Series that you can play. And so a truly unique pitch-by-pitch experience, and it's got some very cool components with the what's it called, the fielding matrix. So we have these different fielding matrices depending on what type of hit it is, if it's a fly ball, ground ball, or a line drive. And so it's really just a very interesting game, and you can check out more games using On-Base Advanced on this channel if you want to see a demo of it, or you can go and purchase it. The sets are I can't remember the pricing exactly. I don't want to tell you badly. I think they're maybe $10 right now, $5 or $10 for this set. And with the All-Star sets, you get 75 players. I mean, it's definitely enough to get a good sense. You can split them up into a few teams and even do a little round robin kind of thing. And the other game is Quick Play Baseball. Quick Play Baseball is just what it says. It's a quick play baseball game, except every inning you play the top and the bottom half of the inning. Now, you're not going to get stats out of it, but it is a really fun game. There's an online component to it as well, where you could play, clicking through and playing the game online. You can't keep score online yet, but you can click through and use the online interface and then just keep score on a sheet of paper, or print it out, I guess, as you're finished. Really, you're keeping the line score up here. That's all you're keeping. So there's no statistics to keep. But it incorporates pitching and superstar players. It's a super fun game. You can pick up each of those seasons. I have 18 seasons available, and you can get each of those seasons for $5 each and play an entire season using Quick Play Baseball, which, each game takes about 5 to 7 minutes. And if you play offline, it requires just a simple card deck. If you want to play online, it's completely mirrored with the offline game. So it's very cool. I've really enjoyed making that game and getting that out there to people as well. Okay, that's enough of me talking. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone who has liked and subscribed to videos. Please continue to do so, and let's grow On Base Baseball. As we head out into year number 2, today is the 1-year anniversary of the release of the first carded season, 2019 full season for On Base Baseball. So yay for us. It's been a great year. Thank you for everyone who has supported the game and the other games that I've created up to this point, and hope for a big second year and no sophomore slump here. And we're going to continue to push forward with the game. And I appreciate again everyone who has provided input and help in creating the game and making it better each and every one of the games. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.